When Justin and I founded this group, the first principle we agreed on was that we would stay focused on delivering the facts to you and avoid the fear-mongering. I have no doubt that many of you would agree that there is more than enough fear out there already and not enough facts. Standing on that principle, thousands of you have recently received an article which was published online by the Florida Action Committee, which claimed that a registrant was denied entry into Greece by American federal agents. The article also claimed that federal agents were pulling registrants off planes in Florida before the registrants had an opportunity to leave the country. So which is it? Are the registrants being stopped by American agents after landing in foreign countries? Or are they being pulled off planes before taking off in Florida? In short, it's bullshit. Normally, the Florida Action Committee publishes reliable information. In this case, I believe they dropped the ball. And they dropped it badly. Instead of informing their members, they inadvertently and unnecessarily spread fear. In the age of QAnon, in which absurd conspiracy theories spread fear and foster paranoia, we must be particularly vigilant in ensuring that the information provided to registrants is both verifiable and made in good faith. My objections to the article in question are grounded on the failure of the author to provide any independently verifiable facts in support of the claims, and failure to make a good faith effort to remain within the confines of logic and reason. Allow me to take a moment of your time and dissect the article which was published and demonstrate to you why I believe the information contained in it is fabricated and not to be trusted. My first objection is grounded on the principle that every reader should always question the validity of any article in which the author fails to identify him or herself. I searched a bit for the author's identity in this case, but came up short. Further, this unnamed author fails to identify the source of the information contained in the article. The author merely states that he or she has received information. Just that quickly, I began to distrust the article. Further, we are not given an approximate date of the incident, nor are we given the names of the city or the airport, only the name of a country. Without a name, approximate date, or specific location, how can we verify that this incident actually took place? We are given no verifiable facts whatsoever. Apparently, we are intended to accept that some registrants are being denied entry into Greece without any supporting facts. Given the form in which the information is provided to us, this article smells to me like the product of the prison rumor mill, the purpose of which is to stoke fear and encourage paranoia. Because this registrant is not named, we cannot independently verify the truth of the claim that he or she is actually a registrant, or that he or she was denied entry into Greece. Further, and perhaps more importantly, we cannot know the details of that person's history, which very likely would have played a significant role in any decision to deny that person entry. European law does not permit denial of entry into the Schengen area based solely on prior criminal history. It requires something much more, such as that person actively serving a term of supervision with the condition that they not leave the country, or an active arrest warrant. Moreover, EU law does not permit general inquiries into criminal histories absent probable cause. I am speaking with personal knowledge when I say that not only did I enter Europe freely despite my rather well-publicized criminal history, but within the past 2 weeks I have personally welcomed 2 registrants into Europe, although each entered through different airports. And we're talking about Greece, right? Does this mysterious author have any idea how liberal the view is of the majority of Greek citizens on the matters of sexual behavior? Most of the sexual behaviors which have been criminalized in the United States are still perfectly legal in Greece. What would the Greeks care if someone in the United States was convicted 20 years ago for a relationship with a 15-year-old, or for urinating in public, or for indecent exposure? They wouldn't. My second objection is based on the claim that American federal agents are setting up shop in particular airports for the purpose of turning around registrants as soon as they deboard the plane and sending them back to the United States on the very same plane. I assert that this claim is patently ridiculous. First, I can assure you that no American official has any authority whatsoever to stand in front of the passport control counter in the airports of, say, Frankfurt, Hamburg, or Munich, effectively creating a barrier between arriving passengers and German passport control officials, and thereafter determining who gets to enter Germany. That is laughably illegal under international law. To do so would be a blatant violation of the sovereignty of the government of that country to decide who or cannot enter that country. How many foreign governments would passively allow the Americans to usurp their authority in this or any other way? Do you truly believe that Germany or Russia or China or even Greece would allow this? Putting aside the fact that the American government has no legal authority to post agents in the passport control areas of foreign airports, to do so would be an inexcusable waste of American resources. How many agents would be needed to meaningfully staff hundreds of foreign air and seaports around the world? If American agents wanted to deny registrants the ability to enter foreign countries, why wait until that flight has landed in that foreign country? It would be so much more economical and efficient to prevent the registrant from boarding the plane in the first place, before the aircraft even has a chance to depart American airspace. That would negate the necessity of Americans setting up countless foreign offices and avoid the risk of violating foreign sovereignty. Still further ridiculous is the claim that American authorities are pulling registrants off planes who have already been allowed to board those planes in Florida. If these are federal agents, as claimed in the article, why are their activities limited only to airports in Florida? And if the agents are able to identify registrants so easily, why not just deny them boarding passes and not even allow them to board the plane? And doesn't that prove the silliness of the previous claim that federal agents are setting up shop in foreign airports? If agents are able to identify these registrants while the plane is still on the ground in Florida, there would be no need for agents to be waiting on the receiving end at the destination airport. The article's author is trying to burn the candle at both ends. While arguably the United States might have the authority to deny some registrants exit from the country, such as those that are under active supervision, it completely lacks any legal authority to deny entry of any person into a foreign country. Let me say it another way. You might be able to control the front door to your own house and stop someone from entering or leaving, but you have no legal authority to dictate who comes or goes from your neighbor's house. You cannot stand in front of your neighbor's front door and decide who is allowed to visit and who is not. While I appreciate and even encourage the work of the Florida Action Committee in attempting to educate and inform the community, I believe that the article which I have described was a disservice both to the community and the committee. It provided no verifiable facts and jumped to conclusions which fail when confronted by logic and reasoning. In short, it was negligently lazy journalism. I encourage the community to be ever vigilant against such forms of fear-mongering, and the committee to be more careful in vetting the articles it selects for publication. Please, let us commerce in facts, not fear.